everybody, I am Makeup by Plumtay and welcome back to my channel. Today's video I decided to do something I wanted to do for a while actually, and it's basically trying to recreate celebrities or popular people's makeup and try and replicate it onto my face, which is going to be a bit of a challenge, especially for today's celebrity, which is Sabrina Carpenter. Now, we are literally opposite people. Like, she is tanned and blonde. I am really dark hair and really pale. So, I'm not sure how her makeup is going to look on me, but we're going to try it and we're going to give it a go because that's what makeup is. It's just having fun with it. But before we attempt to recreate this makeup, please do subscribe if you're new here. And if you like this video, please do like this video. All of my social medias are linked down below, and apart from that, let's jump straight on into the video. So the whole premise of Sabrina's makeup is that it's quite bronzy and glowy and peachy, so those are the colours we are going to do today. I'm going to start with my eyes. She does like to keep it very low-key, so that's what we're going to try and do as well. And before we put anything on our eyes, we do need to prime them. So I'm going to be using this e.l.f. Putty Eye Primer, and this one is in the shade Rose. This one is slightly darker than my skin tone, but it's still like nudie enough for my eye, my skin, that I kind of get away with it. So I'm just gonna prime my eyes first. I'll try and prime over my spot and see if that hides it. Even though we're not using that much eyeshadow and eye products today, this is always handy because it covers up your veins, and Sabrina's skin and makeup is pretty much flawless, so any sign of veins you need to hide. The first thing I'm going to put on my eye, apart from the primer, isn't actually an eyeshadow. It's my NYX matte bronzer. This one is in the shade Medium, and I think this is such a perfect shade just to put on my eye, and it's kind of like the not really the focal point, but you know, it's bronzy. That's what we're aiming for today. So it's kind of neutral, but then it gives me a slight hint of colour, just like Sabrina's eyes do. I am completely winging this. I can't find a lot of decent photos of her makeup because her hair covers just the outside of her eyes. So I'm going to try my best to replicate what I think it would look like, but yeah, I don't know. So we're just aiming for the outer corner and then just bringing it in slightly into like the center part of the upper eye. From what I've seen from pictures, there's not a specific shape, as I usually like to do like a wing shape and flick it out in the end. It doesn't seem like Sabrina has any particular one, just, you know, the colours are where the colours are and it's all blended. I'm just going to go with the flow and see how it goes. The next thing I'm putting on my eye is this Studio London eyeshadow palette, and this is the stripped back one, which is a very staple palette I use a lot. So it kind of looks a bit like this, and I'm going to be taking the natural shade on just a big fluffy brush and blending the edges as much as I can, honestly. I'm not aiming to do one look in particular. It's kind of more like a mishmash of a mixture of ones I've seen, so that's what we're aiming for. I'm gonna take my finger this one, and taking the top shade Delicate, I'm just gonna lightly dab on it, so it's not too much on my finger, just slightly. And this is crucial, this is the glowy part of the eye, and I'm just gonna lightly tap it on the inner part. I don't know if you can see it very well. Lightly tapping it, just giving it a nice wash over really. So it looks a bit like that. It's not a like a full-on shine, it's just, you know, when it catches the light you can see it, you can see that there's a shine. There is one more key focal point to the eyes for the eyeshadow, and it is a nice soft brownie wing. So I'm going to be taking the dark shade in this palette, so this is the revealed one. I'm just gonna trace a nice short wing mainly on the outer part of my eye, and I'm taking just like an angled brush. This one has got a bit of paper on it. This one has seen better days, but we do with what we have. This should create a nice soft like shadowish kind of vibe. We don't want it to be too heavy. No, just like a shadow. And I'm just going in very, very lightly with this because it's better to keep packing it on rather than too much straight away. And then I'm just gonna very, very lightly blend it out using the same brush that I used with my bronzer, and it just makes it nice and smoky. And then of course you just want to do the same on this eye, on the other side, because you know what, I think that would be very interesting. Do you think there's people that just do one wing and give up and go about their day? I'd love to find out. And for the moment, that is literally it for the eyes. There's nothing more to go on with them, like eyeshadow wise. We do have a few more things around the eyes, of course. We've got the mascara. That's what I'm going to do next. My mascara that I have been using lately is this Bourjois one, and it is the Twist Up the Volume mascara, so I'm just gonna whack a bit of that on it. Her mascara always seems, or her eyelashes always seems to be quite full and volumized, and I'm not sure if she uses lash extensions. I feel like she probably will, or like individual lashes, but I'm just gonna stick with my own lashes for now. Now that I've gone past that really wet stage of this mascara, I've been really, really liking it. It's definitely one that I'll probably look into again after I finish like the 100 millions of other mascaras I've been collecting. As I said in my intro, this has always been something that I've always wanted to do. Yeah, I have so many ideas of people who I want to recreate. So with Sabrina being like the trend right now, I was like, why not? Because she is actually one of my favourite people. I love her music, so I thought we'll stick with that trend and we'll do her makeup first. And there's also like other people, like I've got down Madison Beer and you know, other celebrities. So if you do have anything you want to see me try to recreate, then just let me know. I don't mind if you write it down in the YouTube comments or if you want to message me on social media. I don't mind anything. For some reason my lashes are just plumping up the side. They never do this. It's really frustrating because I'm trying to like separate them and they're just not. If you haven't got one, get a lash and brow comb immediately. They're actually such lifesavers. I'm not even joking. So this is the eye look I've kind of taken. It's just a nice bronzy shimmery wash, and now we are going to go into the main like staple part of the Sabrina makeup look, and that is a very glowy hydrated skin and very peachy and bronzy, like I said at the beginning. I'm going to take my rings off for this part because I am going to be using the MUA oil to start off with. I did really like that, so I'm going to try that again. Using the MUA primer oil to start off with. I feel like this would just give me a nice skin of glowy and sheen, and you know, I'd like to pretend that I have the skin Sabrina does, like the glowiness. Because she has a whole makeup team and I just have me. I'm really confused though because I feel like I collect the oil and I go to put it on my face and there's just nothing in there. Oh, there we go. I actually see some gold flecks this time. Oh, I don't think I've ever actually got gold flecks. I think I put a bit too much on again. Yeah, I definitely put too much on. As you can see, I'm still trying to get the gist of it. Let me just scrape some of that off. That was just a tad bit traumatic. The priming oil is down on my face and I'm going to go in with a highlighting drop illuminating thing, and this one is from Studio London. I really do love this. I've used it quite a bit actually, and I didn't think I'd like it too much, but I really do. If you haven't tried it before, it's like a pearlescent shimmer that goes under your concealer or foundation, and it just adds a nice bit of sheen and shine, if you can see that there. I don't know if you can tell by my face, but I am very much glowing, or if you want to be realistic, very oily. I know, to each their own. I don't usually wear foundation, but I feel like today I just have to. So that's what I'm going to do. My foundation of choice today is the Max Factor Face Affinity All Day Flawless Foundation. I have used this a couple of times and I have actually really, really enjoyed it. I'm going to give that a go. It's been a recurring theme this video where I've put too much on of everything, so this might be the same case. I thought at first I definitely put too much on, but now that it's all near enough placed where I want it to be, it was probably the right amount, which is like quite a shocker. When have I ever used the right amount? Okay, I think I'm gonna go in with a sponge just to blend it out a bit more. It feels so weird wearing foundation. I just don't ever wear it. I think that is everything blended, and I think it looks really nice. You can still see the illuminating highlighting drops underneath just slightly, like you doesn't cover it completely, it still shines through, which I really like because it creates that nice illusion of being really glowy, which is, as I keep saying, what we want. I'm gonna add just a slight tad of concealer under my eyes and a little bit where I have some spots, so like this one right there. We're going to be using pretty much all cream products for the face, and to go along with that I'm using the MUA bronzer, the cream bronzer, and this is in the shade Mocha. If you haven't watched my unboxing video for the MUA Vanity, I did get this as a mystery like goodie from them. I said in that video this is probably not my shade. I do think it is slightly too orangey for me, but I do think I can still wear it and pull it off, and it is definitely something I want for this video. This is definitely so underrated. If you haven't tried it yet, I do encourage you and recommend this bronzer. It's so lovely, so blendable, it's just give it a go. So with that foundation, it made me my summer colour, and with this bronzer, this is bronzing up my summer colour basically. I have no idea if all of these products go together. I'm just winging everything. So by the end of this is basically just one big experiment. So by the end of this video, I may just be an oily, creamy mess, but you know, may as well give it a go. Then with the same bronzer, I'm dipping into my little domey fluffy brush and just giving my nose a little contour. Okay, I hope that's blended out fine. Now this is literally the staple part of the Sabrina look. Anywhere you see, she has those really nice peach blinding cheeks. So I'm going to try and replicate that with this MUA cream blush in the shade Misty Rose. Yeah, this is the closest peachy shade I have. I don't have many of those types of colours because, as I said, that's just not my shade usually, but I did find this, and MUA blushes are so good. Basically any face products of MUA are amazing, and for this specific type of blush we are gonna go ham today. If you're recreating this with me, we're gonna be blinding with blush, so let's give this a go. You know what, being bronzed for a change and like completely different colour to what I usually am, not too different, but it feels very different because I'm never usually this bronzed and tanned. This shade goes very well. I can see why Sabrina likes this type of shade. I'd like to think she puts some of that blush on her nose. I'm not sure if she does, but it looks like it. I'm not trying to make it up just so I can put blush on my nose. I genuinely feel like a completely different person right now. It's a very weird feeling. Taking my powder now, this is a very crucial step, especially for somebody very oily like me. I'm just gently patting around the areas. I'm going to try and avoid my cheeks. I don't know if powder will take away that glowy aspect of it. I'm trying to avoid that, so I'm just going to probably go underneath it and around it. Basically avoid it any way I can. And taking a smaller domey brush, making sure I powder my under eyes because they are screaming out for the powder. This is going to be my first and last high-end product I'm going to use for this makeup today. This is for the glowiness for the highlighter, and I'm going to use this Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light one, the highlighter. It's a nice just silver champagne-y colour, and this is the only one I have that has this sort of colour. The others are either blinding white or rose gold, and that's not what I'm looking for today, so this is what I've had to resort to. How dare I? Yeah, use any shade or product you want. It's just this is the only one that suits this look. I'm just working some on my under eyes as well. I'm gonna just put a little bit of the excess on my nose to balance it out a bit. That is pretty much the base done. I'm going to finish off the eyes before we get to the lips. I'm nervous but intrigued about the lips because I have about 10 different combinations on the bed right now, and I still have not decided if they're the right ones or if, you know, what I'm going to go for. So I'll probably make up my mind while I'm finishing off the eyes. Just to do the last finishing touches on my eye, I'm going to be using my NYX Jumbo Highlighter. This one is the white shade in Vanilla Ice Cream, and taking a flat brush, I'm just going to put that in my inner corners. I noticed that Sabrina does do this quite often, and it's a very good trick to open up your eyes. I like to do this on a daily basis. It just opens up your eyes so much. It's a very good thing to add into your routine. Before we do the lips, I completely forgot about the eyebrows, which is like a Sabrina staple. I've said that to basically every step, but she has these lovely bushy brows, and yeah, I'm practically already there. I just got to fill in slight sparse areas, and this is all I have left on this NYX micro brow pencil, so it's going to be a bit hard, but I can work through it. I can finish it up. But yeah, this isn't going to be very neat. Yeah, it's basically just go ham. And then to pair with the eye pencil, I'm going to be using the brow gel. This one's in the shade dark brown, you know, just to really hammer home the dark thick brows. But yeah, as I said, you know, the messier the brows the better, the fuller the brows the better. I think I've decided on the combo that I'm going to do today. The first one is the MUA lip liner. This one is the intense colour one in the shade Obsession. I'm not sure if this is going to be dark enough, but I do have a backup in case, a darker brown. But looking at it, I think it is absolutely perfect for this look. You definitely want to be overlining for this. So the logistics of her lips is that it's darker on the outside and lighter on the inside. More of a browny shade on the outside, pinky shimmery shade on the inside. That's what I'm going for anyway. That's what I think. And overline those lips. Overline them. Using my finger, I'm just going to blend the edges of the lip liner. And then for the pinky bit on the inside of the lips, I'm going to be using the Max Factor 2000 calorie lip glaze. This is a pumping lip gloss, and it's a nice shimmery peachy shade. The doe foot for it is absolutely massive. It smells really nice. Mainly focusing this on the middle of my lips. And I think that is the end of the look today. So this is my attempt at recreating Sabrina's makeup. Let me know how you think I did. I really like this makeup. I can see why she does it often. It's very glamorous, but also very low-key and quite natural, which I think is so good. I'm probably going to steal this. If I get invited to any parties or any other events, hopefully, then this is probably something I would actually recreate, which is mad, but I would do it. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Trying to replicate onto like pale skin and dark hair, which is the opposite, actually translated very well. And I've seen like darker skin tones do it, and like a variety of people give this a go, and I think it's beautiful on every single person. But that is all from me today. I hope you like this video, and I will see you all in the next one.